Okay, I'd like to show you what you're gonna see when you first import your class. So I'm using as a demonstration one of our summer English teachers. And what he has in here is a pretty good example of using a lot of features of Moodle. And so over here, I have what you'll see right after I've imported that class into Canvas. And now the default view in Canvas is this modules view, which it's the most similar to our view in Moodle, which is kind of a big list of everything all the weeks. But you'll notice that it looks different. You don't have a chance to do free-form descriptions or anything like that. It's just the items one after another. And so I want to point out where some of that stuff went. So each topic in Moodle gives you a free form area to put whatever text and pictures you want to. So those have been turned into pages, and you'll see this material here. So it's a page, it's all here, and the big difference in Canvas is that instead of seeing the whole course all at once, they would rather let the student progress item by item through a simple list. So in the Canvas model, the student would see this and know, without thinking about what to do, they would know they can click on Next and be brought to the right thing. So you'll see here we have a PDF file, just like we would have in Moodle. And in Canvas, it's given you a chance to download it, or it gives you a view right here in the web page. So that's kind of nice. And again, it's almost like a PowerPoint, where they're giving you a next and a previous buttons that is all based off of how you organize things in the modules list. So right away, some reorganizing that you'll have to do is, if you've put a lot of material out here in the class in general, you want to take a look at it and see if that's how you want to organize things inside a Canvas. And so these items in Moodle, you would create what they call a label, and that gives you a space to do any kind of free-form text or pictures. So that, it has been brought in, and you'll see these untitled page. So those are the labels that have been brought in from Moodle. And so you'll see the material is there, it's just not super clear where to find it right off the bat. So any labels that you have from Moodle, like these ones are embedded YouTube videos, they get brought in, but you'll probably want to do some reorganizing. We could edit this. So this is a page. It's just a free-form web page, and we would want to edit this name to be more descriptive. And again, the idea is a student can do what they need to do on this page and hit the next button, and they're going to go off of how you organize things on the modules page. And so this modules page, that's the default view of what people would see when they first get to your course. But it's not the only possibility. You'll see all of these areas of the classroom here, and I'll show you how to hide a lot of these more irrelevant links in order to keep things simple for your students. But one of the ones you'll be using a lot is pages. And these are free-form web pages. And so a lot got brought in from web pages that were in Moodle. So, as an example, this is just a web page. I think that was a link out. But they're all showing up here under pages, and any of these pages can be one of the items in your modules. So we have PDF or docs, we have a forum, we have pages, and they're all going to get organized in your modules page. As far as how you organize them, you have choices. Remember, in Moodle, the default choice was to split things up by week, which still makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. But you always have the freedom. You could do it by week, you could do it by 2-week sections, or you could do it by some kind of subject or topic progression that makes sense for your class. The real goal is to have things in good, manageable chunks that are going to make sense when your students encounter them and are not too overwhelming all at once, and just that they'll be able to navigate. Now, if you use the modules for your front page, we don't have the ability to automatically highlight the current week. But you can always say, if this was the current week, you can always move it to the top, and that'll be the first thing that they encounter. Another thing that people do is to, even more common I think, is just to make a page that'll introduce the current week, and you'll be able to link out to the module and make it real simple for students. So I'll go more into that in another video. Where'd you go? But let me just show you how to set some of those options. Here on your course home as a teacher, you can choose a home page. And by default, it'll be the course modules. It can be just a page that you make. It can be just a dynamic list of what events are coming up, what things are due, and what things are scheduled going off the calendar. It can be the syllabus, and it can be the assignments page. So I think the majority of people will make their own front page or use the course modules page. And then, as far as hiding some of these, let me show you the settings. And just like in Moodle, we have a settings page, and you're going to want to be familiar with some of those things. You can make an image for the class, and that'll help, especially if you have multiple classes or multiple sections of the same class. You can differentiate them by putting up an image, and that's what people are seeing here on their dashboard. So that's kind of nice. You can set that here. Please don't change the name, the code, or the SISID. Thank you. Just like in Moodle, you can set your course start and end date, which is, you can have that help you with all of your assignment due dates, and you can have those brought forward automatically, and some other various settings like what's the limit for uploading and that kind of thing. And over here in navigation, these are all these side menu things. These are visible to students, except for the light gray ones. And so I'm going to recommend for almost every class, hide most of these, except for the ones that you know are relevant. So NetTutor is our online tutoring, which you can encourage students to use that, and that's a great resource. There are e-portfolios that you can explore, but I would get rid of it until you're ready for that. Collaborations are great. You could use Google Docs to have multiple people in the same document. But if you're not using it, go ahead and hide it.
Once you add pages to your modules,
So I would hide files and pages because you want people to see things through the module page. You want them to see your organization instead of just the big list of all this stuff. So you don't want to confuse them with too many options. If you want grades to be visible, leave it there and you'll see the discussions, assignments. Those are pretty similar to Moodle, and announcements are very useful. So we'll leave those there. Go ahead and save that. And you've kind of streamlined this left-hand menu for people, and that's a nice thing to do. So I'm going to stop this here. This is just a quick overview of where things are once you've first imported your course. Thanks for watching.